before Donald Trump's win in the 2016 presidential election, Republican Congresswoman, as we mentioned, Elise Stefanik of New York, would barely speak his name in public.
She couldn't stand him.
No, well, she was very, I remember we spoke to her. She seemed bright and hopeful and optimistic. Yeah. She was one of his most vocal critics on the right. Fast forward to this year, and the woman who some once called the future of a moderate Republican Party is one of the former president's most loyal supporters. So how did she get there?
Let's ask political investigative reporter for the New York Times, Nick Confessori. Hey, Nick, it's great to see you. Happy New Year. As Mika said, we met Elise right after she got elected. It may have been the day before she got sworn in. It was right outside the House chamber. Sat down, talk, great conversation. And it was very hopeful, not because she's a, quote, moderate. It's so funny what I used to be called a right-wing freak and nut. Now they're calling moderate. But she seemed to be from a district where she represented it well. And then reading your piece, it's really remarkable that she just turned on a dime, turned against all of her political allies, turned on a lot of her friends, and just decided that she was the future of a party that was no more. So she was going to go all in for Donald Trump. Talk about it.
Well, I think Elise Stefanik is part of the Gatsby-esque tradition in American politics. Donald Trump is part of it, too, and so is George Santos. What happened to Elise Stefanik is a case study in what happened to her party more broadly in the Trump era. He did, in part, conquer the party. But the bigger story in some ways is that the party capitulated to him. People saw that he was a source of power, and they gravitated towards it. Elise Stefanik was an up-and-comer. She was from a swing district. She was well-liked by the old party establishment. And she found in the middle of the Trump era that she couldn't get traction on her big issues. She couldn't elect more females to the House of Representatives. She couldn't get traction on some of her issues like climate change and some immigration reform. And so she flipped. She realized that the source of power at that time in the party was to turn Trump. And she took all the intelligence that you saw that day in your interview, and she applied it to becoming a Trump and a MAGA person. She adopted his language on Twitter. She talks like him. She tweets like him. She's adopted the conspiracy series that animate his base, the big lie that Jonathan has written about especially. And so she has put all that talent to work to read the winds and dive into Trumpism. And I think the irony is it going to serve her in the next couple of years?
So, Nick, it's a great piece. We just saw an image of Paul Ryan there. Tell us, for those who haven't read it yet, what Paul Ryan thinks of Elise Stefanik now. But also, let's go a little further as to where you started to lead us, is what her future might be. If Trump is indeed, we know Trump's wounded. We don't know if Trump has been finished off. But how do we suspect that Stefanik will have another sort of metamorphosis here? Or is she going to be carrying this MAGA mantle, pushing past a potential speaker or McCarthy or not? What's next for her?
Look, she has placed the bet on Trump. She has decided that as Trump goes, so goes she. She was the first person to endorse him for his re-election bid, I think. That she's currently the senior-most person to have re-endorsed him. And she has said he is the leader of the party. At the same time, her former mentors and even people in the Trump part of the party are saying, enough is enough. This guy has cost us a few elections. And in a weird way, I think she is both tapped into his power and is part of the limitations around him. We saw that, this majority that Republicans have now is so thin in part because of Trump. The party is trying to win back voters it can't win because of Trump. And so, yes, Trump is the source of power in the party. He can kill your career. But can he get you to the place you want to go in the end? And can he get the party broadly back to the majority in the Senate and the presidency? I don't think he can.
Nick, it was a great piece, by the way, on Stefanik, and one of the astounding, transformations in the recent U.S. politics, the way, from the former Elise Stefanik to what she is now. But she's got to see that Trumpism looks at least like a dicey bet right now, if not absolutely a bad bet. So would she go so far as to try to guide Trumpism in a certain direction, to try to guide Trump in a certain direction, so in order to keep her career alive, or will she just go down with the ship because she's not steering it?
Well, look, again, he is the source of her juice right now and her fundraising prowess. She's very talented, she's very smart, and she's still quite young. So she still has time for a second and third act. We'll see if she can turn it around. But again, she has made the bet that Trump is going to be the winner of the nomination and the future of the party for the time being. And we'll see if she's got the right bet.
Political and investigative reporter for the New York Times, Nick Confessori. Always great to see you.
And this